No Bediako, no problem. Alabama gets a big, much needed road win in the SEC over Ole Miss, 93-74 in Oxford. Bama was without Charles Bediako. He's been ruled ineligible in state court, and Alabama probably will not have Charles Bediako anymore for the season. But Latrell Wrightsell comes off the bench to lead Alabama with 21 points as Alabama is now 17-7 overall, 7-4 in the SEC. Great win for the Tide as Bama is now on a 3-game winning streak. Welcome to another episode of the Bamature Hour podcast. I'm Bama John. This is a quick reaction to Alabama's blowout win over Ole Miss by 19 points. Today is Thursday, February 11th. 2026 in the year of our Lord. Thank you for tuning in. We now have over 8,900 subscribers to the YouTube channel, growing. We're headed to 10,000. All right, what happened in this game? How did Alabama get the win at Ole Miss? Big win for Alabama. They did not need to lose this game. It really was a tale of two halves. I keep saying that, but that's what happens. Alabama comes out in the first half. They struggle. They either fall behind or are able to just kind of hang in there, but really not take control of the game. So it was a shaky first half. With Alabama going into half leading 32-30, but they trailed much of the first half. But then Alabama came out in the second half and absolutely rolled to win by 19 points, went from up 2 to winning by 19. So it stretched it to a 17-point advantage in the second half to get the win in Oxford, 93-74. So here's what happened. Alabama came out cold in the first half, ice cold. They only shot 25% from the field. Terrible shooting for Alabama. They're not going to win games when they only shoot 25% from the field, and they only had 32 points in the first half. You expect Alabama to score 40 or more per half, so really a tough output for the first half. And it was their lowest scoring in the first half for the entire season. But the defense came to play, and they hung in there and went into the half with a 2-point lead. Then Alabama exploded in the second half, getting putting up 61 points in the second half to roll to a 19-point win, 93-74. Latrell Wrightsell to the rescue. He went out in the Auburn game with an injury and with the knee and didn't finish the Auburn game, but he was apparently just fine as he came out and scored 21 points and had 18 points in the second half as he made 7 3-pointers for the game and made 6 of his 7 3-pointers in the second half. What a game by Wrightsell. What a response. He wasn't alone, though, as Bama had 5 players in double figures. Labaron Philon had another solid point, putting up another solid outing, putting up 18 points. Aiden Sherrell had 15. Amari Allen came out and again had a stat-stuffing performance, putting up 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And Aden Holloway had 12 points and 6 assists and no turnovers. On the Ole Miss side, AJ Storr had 27 points, but he got little help from his team, and it wasn't nearly enough for Ole Miss to stop Alabama from rolling and getting a 19-point win. Alabama finished with 17 made threes and shot 38% from 3, and Ole Miss only made 8 threes for the game. The star of the game was Latrell Wrightsell. Great second half, great performance by Wrightsell. Again, had a knee injury against Auburn, didn't finish that game, but he bounced back, played great, had 21 points, making 7 3-pointers, had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and only 1 turnover. Hats off. Great game by Latrell Wrightsell. And he didn't even start the game. He came in the 6-man role and was willing to do that as Alabama, not having Bediako, went with a taller lineup as they started London Jemison in the place of Latrell Wrightsell, and went with the front court of Jemison and Allen and Sherrell as they needed the bigger bodies, and then had Holloway and had Labaron Philon in the backcourt, but Wrightsell had a great impact playing the 6-man role, and hats off to him. Alabama had 5 players in total scoring double figures and had 9 players score for the game. Here are the other 4 players that scored in double figures. Labaron Philon, and again, Latrell Wrightsell was the star of the game, but Labaron Philon put up another solid outing. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and only had 1 turnover. So great job by Philon. Overall, great performance. Hit the boards hard and took care of the ball and didn't turn it over. Great job. Amari Allen, he's the stat stuffer. He just fills up the stat sheet. 13 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and only 1 turnover. Aden Holloway had a great game, or another solid game, I'll say, with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and no turnovers. Great job, Aden Holloway, just playing within yourself, doing what we needed you to do, and not forcing shots. Aiden Sherrell had 15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, and 2 blocks as he had to man the post. Without Charles Bediako, it really falls on him to play the 5 spot, and he stayed out of foul trouble, gave us great minutes, and just contributed all the way around. And then Taylor Balboen, Houston Millette, London Jemison, and Jalel Bethea all played and scored as we had 9 players score and fill the stat sheets. Noah Williamson did play in this game, but he didn't really put up any stats. So, didn't hurt the team, but didn't really help the team. So here are the key team stats that led to Alabama's win. Alabama made 17 threes to just 8 for Ole Miss. Alabama made 24 free throws on 92% shooting from the free throw line, while Ole Miss rather only made 8 free throws. Bama's ability to draw fouls and get to the line and convert their free throws was a big factor in the win, as Alabama was able to draw fouls, get to the free throw line, and then Alabama also did not foul, as Ole Miss didn't get to the free throw line and even attempt nearly as many free throws as Alabama made. So the hot shooting from 3, as well as Alabama's ability to draw fouls and make the free throw lines, were huge factors in Alabama getting the win. Bama held Ole Miss to 42% shooting from the field, and Ole Miss only made 8 threes. And then Alabama, hats off. It was a hard hat effort by the whole team, as Alabama out rebounding Ole Miss by 5, getting 44 rebounds to 39 for Ole Miss, as the hot shooting, the ability to get to the free throw line and make the free throws, and the rebounding edge by Alabama really led to Alabama getting the blowout win in Oxford. And then on a turnover front as well, Alabama took care of the ball. They only had 6 turnovers, and Ole Miss had 8. So we actually outperformed Ole Miss as well in the turnover category, as we possessed the ball, took care of the ball, and didn't needlessly turn it over. So took advantage of those things to get the win. And it was all these things. Alabama shooting from 3, ability to draw fouls, make free throws, the rebounding edge, and taking care of the ball and not turning the ball over, all led up to a big Alabama second half and a big win. So Alabama gets a much needed win on the road to run its record in the SEC to 7-4. Alabama's now on a 3-game winning streak. Alabama keeps stacking wins. They need to keep that up. Alabama is now 17-7 on the season, 7-4 in the SEC. They're in the hunt for a top 4 seed in the NCAA tournament, and they're running up the rankings as well in the SEC, trying to get into that top 3, top 4 position for the tournament. So great job. Alabama's next game on the road at South Carolina on Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Great road test for Alabama in the SEC. They need to go in there and beat the Gamecocks, keep stacking the wins to improve its tournament seeding. Alabama should be a 4 seed in the NCAA tournament as of now, but they need to go and get that win at South Carolina. All right, that's it for now. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, follow, like, hit the notify button wherever you access the podcast. You can access us on the YouTube channel. You can access us, the audio, on Apple, Spotify, RSS, iHeart, Amazon, and the like. That's it for now. God bless and roll Tide.